Woodpeckers has broken the mold by combining the angles you need for hand-cut dovetails with a meticulously milled 90-degree face. But we didn't stop there. We also loaded these squares with features that improve and simplify all types of work in your shop. Let's start by taking a look at the indexing feature. As you slide the head along the blade, you can press the indexing button at any full inch. Hold it in while you lock the blade, and the head is perfectly aligned to the inch mark. Do this at the very end of the blade, and the scale is zeroed out to the base of the square, making it perfect to set the height of a router bit, or to set your saw blade perfectly square to the table. I think you'll find, even when you're not cutting dovetails, this is the square you'll reach for over and over again. It's just so handy. When you are ready to cut dovetails, the joiner's combination square is ready to help you every step of the way. Mark your starting line on the end of the tailboard. Strike the baseline using a marking knife. This will give your chisel a physical reference when you start chopping out the waste. Then mark your angled lines from the end of the board to the baseline. Do all the left-facing angles first, then flip the square over and do all the right-facing angles. Notice how the sliding tab keeps the square flat on the stock. This works on both the dovetail and square side of the joiner's combination square. When you're doing other types of joinery, mortise and tenon for example, you'll find scribing notches laser cut into the blade every 1/16 of an inch. These will guide your pencil perfectly parallel to the edge of your stock.
The expanding lineup of Ryobi ONE+ 18-volt brushless tools let you work stronger and harder with a new brushless jigsaw. Delivering up to 3,500 strokes per minute, this brushless motor allows you to cut 40% faster. It provides more runtime, faster cutting, more power, and longer motor life than traditional brushed motors. Perform a variety of cuts by adjusting speed and orbital position. Enjoy the convenience of the tool-free blade clamp for quick blade changes and the keyless bevel base for easy bevel adjustments. The LED work light and sightline blower provide increased visibility for more accurate cuts, while the No-Mar shoe protects delicate surfaces. This brushless jigsaw is a powerful addition to what is already the world's largest platform of over 125 tools.
Okay, so the T6 is primarily suited to any projects where you're doing a large number of pocket holes or you're doing repeated holes one after the other. The speed drive technology allows you to leave the drill and the drill bit in place, so you save a lot of time without having to remove the drill and drill bit over and over again. The first thing we want to adjust is this depth adjuster here. Now this one has scales on both the left and the right in metric and imperial, and we slide that down until it gets to the right height. In our case, that's 12 to 18 millimeters. The next thing you want to do is take your pocket hole drill bit and you want to adjust that so that the collar is in the right place. On the back of the jig here, you've got 5 different scales which tell you different adjustment points. In our case, we're going to use the 12 to 18 mil hole. Adjust the collar down and tighten that in place. Now I know that that is perfectly set for the material that we've got here. The next thing you want to do is you want to put your material into the clamp itself, and you want to tighten the back clamp adjuster just until it's snug, and then you can clamp that down in place.
Okay, so now you're ready to start drilling some pocket holes. So you want to do is chuck up your drill bit, insert it into the jig until you hear the click, and you're good to go. So as you can see, the drill bit is now locked in place. So all you have to do is unclamp your work, slide it along, reclamp it, and that's what makes the T6 so much quicker when you're doing repeat pocket holes.
Makita Impact XPS bits are designed to handle the high torque demands of professional users in all trades, lasting up to 90 times longer than standard bits. Makita has perfected the torsion zone with Impact XPS. Here, an Impact XPS PH2 2-inch power bit is tested against a standard bit. The first standard bit fails just after 7/100ths of a second. The second standard bit starts and fails while Makita Impact XPS continues to hold. Pulse torsion rings disperse impact energy through the torsion zone and off the bit tip. The torsion zone has been optimized to flex under load to transfer impact energy. Together, the pulse torsion rings and torsion zone help improve bit life, lasting up to 90 times longer than standard bits.
Microjig's dado stop is more than just a great crosscut stop. It quickly clamps to virtually any rip fence using the match fit dovetail clamp, and allows users to cut very accurate dados using a standard blade without a lot of setup or test cuts. One of the adjustable legs is set to account for the blade thickness, while the second sets the dado width using the material that will actually be fitted. The legs set the shoulders of the dado cuts, then the waist is removed from between the shoulders as needed. Because the dado stop uses the material that will be actually fitted, highly accurate results are obtained without the need for measuring or test cuts.
Microjig. Work safer. Work smarter.
From Swanson Tool Company, the inventors of the Speed Square, comes another innovation, the Framing Wizard. A new 5-in-1 framing square that eliminates the need for all these alignment tools. Traditional framing squares don't fit in toolboxes. They get bent and smashed in the truck or out on the job, becoming useless. The Framing Wizard folds conveniently to fit into any standard size toolbox. The Framing Wizard's ability to fold and unique sliding tab allow you to lay out 12-inch, 16-inch, and 24-inch on center studs. Quickly move down a board and repeat a stud layout perfectly every time. Switch between angled and square cut marks and back again. Add a small level and determine existing roof pitches in a snap. With the Framing Wizard, you can easily lay out a perfect pitch for common or hip and valley rafters. Also, the Framing Wizard's trademark diamond cutout allows you to quickly lay out double cheek marks for hip valley rafter cuts. This trademark diamond cutout is a Swanson Tool exclusive. The Framing Wizard can be simply readjusted to maintain accuracy. And with the Framing Wizard's handy step-down table, you can easily calculate rake walls and jack rafter lengths.
When you need to rip plywood or some other sheet material down to size, the Bora Rip Guide is a fast and accurate tool for the job, especially when you need to cut multiple pieces of the same width. The Bora Rip Guide is a two-part tool, an extruded aluminum rail, and the rip handle. It's simple to use. First, attach your circular saw to a Bora saw plate by slipping the saw's base plate under the plate clamps and tighten the screws. Secure the back of the saw plate by tightening the adjustable spring clamp. Next, a small metal key slides into the channel on the rail. Then, tighten the hand screw in the Bora Rip Guide against the rail to secure your saw. On the other end of the rail is the sliding edge guide with a sure grip handle. Slip the rail into the edge guide and tighten it in place with a large thumb screw. Align your cut utilizing the saw plate blade indicator, which is aligned directly with the saw's blade. And that's it. Just push the saw forward while holding the edge guide tight against the material to make nice, clean cuts.
The Wood River number 1. At 1.5 inches wide and 5 3/4 inches long, you might think this plane is too small to be useful. And while you can't quite use the 3-finger pistol grip like you can on the bigger planes, this little guy can get into all the tight spaces that the bigger planes can't reach. It's great for getting your kids into the shop and getting started with hand tool woodworking, and some people actually prefer it to the block plane.